and welcome, folks, to another issue of Masks Sunset City. I am your ever faithful editor, Mirthful Matt from down in the bullpen, and boy, howdy, have we got a story for you tonight. Uh, we left things off in some seriously interesting places last week, and so we're gonna find out some of the fallout from that. Uh, and we're so excited to be able to share this story here with you. So, we're going to get to the intros here in just a split second. Uh, Before we do that, if you want to have a little bit of your own editorial hand in the story, if you take a look below, there are a couple panels you can click on and make a few couple donation to us, and you know, make your own mark on things. It's gonna be a time, and if you want to make it easier or harder for our teenage heroes, you can do that. Otherwise, let's go around the horn and take a look at our friends, the Mythfits, along with our very special guest star back for a second issue. When do you ever see that in a comic, folks? First off, Celeste, how you doing tonight? Who are you playing, and what are you thinking you're gonna get up to?
Oh, I am doing absolutely fantastic tonight. I'm Celeste, they, them pronouns. I'm playing Party Crasher, aka Elodie Young. She uses she, her pronouns. I am really looking forward to tonight. This is going to be a great time. There's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of action. You don't want to miss it. This is going to be great. Woo! Party Crasher.
They've even got the shirt. Look at that. It's fantastic. And I alluded to them. Our wonderful, wonderful guest star, Captain Power, as played by David, aka Mr. Banana Socks. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I am so flattered that I am back to play with this creative, wonderful group of people. And yeah, I'm just excited to be back playing Captain Power, aka Adam Bradford.
And what state is Adam in right now? How's he feeling?
Oh gosh, I think Adam's a little overwhelmed. The fight that he was in, I think it is way out of what he is used to. You know, just busting mooks and kind of doing, friendly neighborhood stuff. But yeah, I think his world of superheroing has just been opened up, and we'll have to see how Captain Power kind of reacts to that and how he feels about it.
Absolutely. I think we're going to see Captain Power is going to have a turning point in this issue, I feel like, and we're going to see what that entails.
Maybe.
Maybe. Somebody who is on a very interesting trajectory. Corey, who are you playing tonight, and how are they doing?
Hi, I'm Corey Sparks, and I play Sapphire Sirius. Uses he/him pronouns. He's an outsider, and currently I'm doing fairly all right. Sapphire, however, is yeah, he's a little I don't know, really. He's kind of like uh, feeling like he wants to, help this new guy out, even though he's kind of new to the whole superhero business himself. He feels like, oh, now's my chance to sort of prove myself, to sort of be a mentor to this person. But we'll see how well he does.
Oh, so friendly, so friendly. My heart goes out for that poor little Lithian. And somebody who has their own issues that they're going to have to contend with in this issue. Uh, Polish Christy, how are you doing tonight, and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Christy. I'm playing Isla Hinsky, aka Hussar, she, her pronouns, and wow, she is having an issue if she wants to be selfish or selfless at this moment in time. And it'll probably surprise me what she decides in the moment.
I love getting surprised because there's so much there's only so many directions something can take at points, but when you don't know where it's gonna go, that's when it gets really interesting, and you see some real interesting story come out of it. Somebody who loves a good interesting story, Pope.
Hey everybody, Pope here. Uh playing Disaster Boy Mythos. Both of us using he him pronouns, and we'll see just how much trouble Arthur's in and just how the sad boy can possibly get sadder. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been trouble enough on the horizon, and there's going to be more trouble yet. Speaking of trouble, Wally, how you doing?
Hey y'all, it's your boy Wally. Playing Marvin, aka Turbine. Both of us have he/him pronouns. And let me tell you something. Oh, oh, I totally made the most random rash decision at the end of that last issue. Didn't think how I would wrap that one up later on. So here we are.
Yeah, Marvin, Marvin made a choice, and
Sure did.
we're gonna see some of the fallout of that decision. It's gonna be a whole thing. I am super duper excited, and I think we can begin. It's been a couple days since the last time we checked in on the Mythfits. The fight with the dinosaur people and Darkstrider ended with Marvin taking off out of town. Marvin, which way did you leave Sunset City?
So as I pulled out the city limits, I went towards the east.
Towards east. Any particular destination in mind, or just trying to get some air?
Well, originally he wanted to get some air and just distance himself from the city a bit because he needed to do some thinking because he's worried that he's a danger beacon to the city. And so he left to get some air and, find some place to release all this pent-up stress that he has.
Okay. So, it's been a couple days. What I'd probably say at this point is he's up in the mountains. He has stopped in a small town called Green Lake. It's a fairly nice place. Mostly it's like a resort town, so it would be in full swing. Unfortunately, circumstances kind of have that otherwise. So the town is in a mostly sleepy state, unfortunately. But fortunately, that makes it real easy to find a place to hunker down for a bit, if you're the person who needs to do that.
Yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm. And, he's got cash. May make sure he doesn't usually want for that sort of thing. It's really, really awkward sometimes when you have to pay in, gold nuggets or doubloons or that sort of thing, but people have seen enough weird stuff that generally they're able to make something work. And so day has dawned here at Green Lake. You are probably at I don't know. Do you think motel or bed and breakfast?
He would be at a motel because he feels like a bed and breakfast is way too fancy for him.
Okay.
And also that will result in conversations he doesn't want to have with people.
That's fair. So it's the Shady Elm Motel that you're staying at. Uh, it does have cable TV, and the continental breakfast consists of milk you can obtain from a communal fridge and cereal from a pantry.
I would say when he wakes up, he does like his usual routines of turning on the TV. And what he specifically does every morning that he's been in this hotel, he would turn on like the whatever the local channel is or the cable channel for Sunset City is.
Okay.
He would specifically turn to that, and he would have that on whenever he was in the hotel room. And he would just pretty much do like morning workouts and eating the breakfast, the continental breakfast that is given to him.
Okay. Yeah, the news is like there is some news from Sunset City, the usual stuff. There's openings and like a couple corporate mergers. There's a lot of big news from out the Midwest. The city of Xanadu had a very large, what they're calling a municipal dispute, but it has been making headlines as pretty much a war. When the town's mayor, the well-known international supervillain Menace, had suborned the council and police force and completely dismantled them and replaced them with a civil service of sorts. And there's been a lot of news with regards to that. Most of what's happening in Sunset City doesn't quite rate as much on that.
Yeah, he's just been watching that constantly. See as a thing of like, oh shit, I need to head back right now. And it wasn't the first day he did it, but the second day he was in this town, he made sure he got himself a cell phone. Like pretty much a really basic like burner phone kind of thing.
Yeah, just like a track phone or something like that, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're able to get that. No issue. They have them at like all the little like convenience stores and that sort of thing. To be frank, people are happy for the business because usually they'd be like swarming.
And it wasn't until like later on during that day that he finally sent a text out to not only Isla saying that, hey, I'm okay, don't worry. But he also sent one out to Celeste, sent one out to Elodie, and one to Arthur. Like the one to Elodie is pretty much saying the same thing that he said to Isla, like, hey, I'm okay, don't worry about me. But the one he sent to Elodie basically says, hey, dumb butt, I'm here, I'm okay, don't check on me. And the one he sent to Arthur though is this really like in-depth letter like, look, I am so sorry that you had to do what you did to help me out. I don't know why I did this. I just needed a breath of fresh air from the city. And I feel like I am this weird beacon of danger. I get the feeling that as soon as I hit send to this text, I'm going to look over my shoulder and you're going to be right there in the room. But please don't, because you're probably already halfway dead. And I hit send.
How many times does Marvin max out the text box sending this?
First time, he said that he wrote the same message several times, then he deleted it, erased it, and then typed it out again, deleted it and erased it, and then sent it out one more final time. And it was several text boxes.
Excellent.
With the last one, you just get a text message. Take care of yourself. Come home when you're ready. We miss you.
Oh, that's beautiful. And as you read this reply, you see a thing basically like, and in local news, police are baffled as Sunset City's Natural History Museum was robbed. But not for the reasons you think. More details after this. And that's when we shift back to Sunset City. Isla,
Yo.
what are you doing today?
Well, first of all, when she got the text from Marvin, she just put her phone away. She didn't answer or anything. She kind of just looked at it and put it down.
On red. Harsh.
And since he's been gone, she's been doing a lot of like petty crime stoppage. Like she's the one that chases down, like the guys that robbed the local liquor store like down the street, just the little things. She's getting a lot out of her system just chasing not the aliens around.
Is anybody else with her, or is she just doing this alone as Hassar?
Hassar
I would
actually.
say that. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say I was gonna probably see if Sirius or Captain Power would be with me, and it would
Yeah.
just be like minor stuff, well, minor in terms of like we'll start with the little and work our way up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I would say that Sapphire is basically, since he and Isla live in the same house, he's basically doing the same thing as she's doing. But what he's also doing is using this as an opportunity to try and teach Captain Power the ropes. And so he's like, we're starting with these little street level petty criminals to help you, build up your experience so that next time a giant monster comes stomping through the city, you'll have something under your belt.
Yeah. Please, Spaceman, teach me about street level crime.
Most of the time, all you see is Hassar running into a building as Sirius is talking to Captain Power outside, like, okay, see what you got to do is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you guys,
Exactly.
are you coming?
You see like
No.
flashes of light, you hear the sound of meat hitting meat, and
Yes.
that's...
And remember, these guys are hardened criminals, but they're not super villains. So even though you want to hit hard, you don't want to hit too hard.
You
Because
can
you're
hit
much stronger
hard.
than these guys.
It's okay to hit hard.
Captain Power's looking back and forth.
I don't think that's a good wham.
No, Captain Power would take it as a immense compliment to have the team reach out and offer to, show him the ropes, or, just to go, hey, let's go patrol together. He's like, us patrol together? And he's all about it. And he is listening to every word that Sapphire Sirius tells him.
Right.
Oh, that's.
And of course, also Hassar. But he's conflicted. Who do I listen to?
Hassar doesn't say much directly to you. She's more just like, you're gonna come. You're with me.
Oh, okay.
Sapphire
let's
too.
go.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Sapphire is just absolutely delighted to have somebody to try and teach, because like on his planet, the only time you get somebody like who is like sort of an underling of sorts to you is if you're like really, really, really high status. And so he was always like somebody's underling back in his planet, but now he's got like his own person to teach, and he's like, unlike the people from my planet, I'm actually going to be nice to this guy. And yeah.
Hassar also has been just staying in her room at the House of Mysteries. She hasn't gone home.
Oh. I think you probably have gotten at least one text from Yadviga, which is absolute. When does Yadviga? When was the last time Yadviga texted you?
Well, she doesn't text.
Yeah, she sent a text because you didn't come home.
When Yadviga sends texts, it's serious.
I call her back outside of the house.
Probably for the best.
Hey, Busha, yeah, I know. I'm okay. I got the blue boy with me.
Okay. You're not staying with your boy, are you?
I mean, yes, but no, not in the way you're thinking.
Well, don't go playing around on that one. He's too good for that.
Oh, him. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I'm okay. And I'll be home. I'll be home soon. I'm a lot of stuff happening and I have to help out a lot. You know how it goes.
Do not get so wrapped up in what you're doing to forget where you need to be.
Thanks, Busha. Love you.
Love you, little one. Goodbye.
Hang up
Mm-hmm.
and I pull out the phone again and I start to text Marvin. And it just, you see on the screen, just like, I hope you're okay. And then I erase it.
And it's at that point you actually get another text message. It's from a
Okay.
number you do not recognize. Stolen art pieces. Really weird. Little beneath notice, because some other stuff's happening right now. Might be good for you and yours to see what you can find. And it's signed NW.
Okay. Yeah. I go and grab Elodie first.
What's Elodie been up to for the past couple days?
Ellie has been bored out of her gourd waiting for Marvin to come back. It's to the point, like she's partied as much as she can party. She's gotten drunk as much as she can get drunk. She can stand it. Like she's even tried some new variety of mushrooms that one of her friends was like
No.
was like, hey, this is some good stuff. No. At
Dude,
this
this
point,
is called
she's like,
Wonderland. It's totally amazing.
and like she's gotten to the point now where she's like, okay, I need something new. I need something different. Artie. And she goes to the House of Mysteries looking for Arthur to bother him. Cause like that boy don't ever get out. She's gonna show him a time and a half if he'll have it.
He's out. He's not in the house.
Oh.
How does
going
she
on
know?
here?
How does she know that he's not in the house?
You don't. Except for one thing. That Orchid might eventually just, on one of the mirrors, it'll just fog. And it'll just say, Arthur's not home.
Huh.
And then I think we cut to a panel of where he is.
Very well. Where is Arthur? Now I'm fascinated.
He's not on this plane.
He what?
Where did he go?
Which plane
He-
is he on?
He is in the Fey realm.
Of course.
Um,
Oh crap! He's messing with what's her name?
he's there are multiple like flat reflective pools that he is sitting amongst that just show where each of the team members are. We just see them reflected in the pools. And then we also see a number of different tomes and books open. But then we see him like sitting cross-legged, and in his lap is just a scrap of that robot that went after Marvin. and he is deeply concentrating, eyes glowing purple, and he's not getting any answers.
And that in and of itself is quite mysterious.
So, Elodie gets the message that Arthur's not home from Orchid. And she sighs sort of and all right, thanks, Petal. All right, well then where are you? And she takes a deep breath and she closes her eyes. And I would like to get a dark vision.
Ooh.
Oh, crap.
Somebody's asking for something. And so, what I imagine happens is when she closes her eyes, Elodie, it's almost like she's walking into an office. She walks into the office, and there, seated on the opposite side, is the familiar face of Periwinkle J. Gentles. Looking for something?
Looking for a friend.
Oh, I'm a friend.
A specific friend.
Oh, very well. I suppose we can find them for you. Let's see. And he'll reach into the desk, open a filing drawer, and it seems to open way, way longer than it should. And he opens up a folder, and water starts spilling out of it. Spilling this clear, reflecting pool. And electricity starts crackling in its depths. And as it starts to pour out onto the floor, it starts to flood the room. You hear the fluttering of wings, the clatter of hooves, and a spark of green flashes across your eyes as the water creeps higher and higher and higher. Be careful what you go looking for. It may not always be what you want to find. And Periwinkle's head is covered by the water. And that's where the vision ends. What is your question?
Will telling Arthur about what's coming help me or speed me closer to my demise?
Yes.
All right. All right. I'm going to give the ring a rub. Artie, where you at, bud?
Like concentration breaks. Finally pays attention to all the pools. I'm at the nexus of reflection. I can take a detour and get back on the proper plane of existence. And we just see him like swing the cloak and he all of a sudden just appears in the house, like out from underneath the stairs. You need something?
Elodie's still staring into the mirror that Orchid had written on. She's staring at her own reflection, and she looks at Arthur's reflection as it comes up behind her. I think it's high time we had a talk.
Oh. I see. Well, probably shouldn't do it in the main hall. And opens a rather worn old wooden door. And they walk out, and we see this panel of one of the House of Mystery's many reflections. They're on an island in northern Scotland. Not a soul to be seen except for this worn, beat-up old house. Waves beating against a stony shore. This should be private enough.
Yeah, you don't say. I didn't even want to do this today. I was going to come and try to get you to come out drinking with me or something. I'm running out of time. And not in the usual sense.
Okay.
I don't think you missed that there's something between me and the Black Knight going on.
That was kind of obvious.
The whole reason that I can do... And she kind of waves a hand over her face, and her features like shift between like 5 different faces rapidly. That, and you know, the making people remember things differently. That's not something I was born with. I bought that.
Who's got the marker?
Periwinkle J. Gentles, Esquire.
Mid-level. Moving up in the world. Makes sense. I can't break a contract.
I know you can't. I don't think I can either. I've been looking for loopholes. I don't think there is one.
There is one. There's always one. But you're getting into things that I'm... Well, one of me, several of me, are oath-bound not to get involved with. That would upset the balance. I can just point you in the right directions. That's all I can do.
I know. I'm not trying to get out of it. I just want to do what I set out to do before my time's up.
I need to get you to Avalon. But that's not gonna be easy. That's not gonna be easy at all. We gotta find the right things, the right people, and make the right friends. And then I might be able to get you an audience with her. We need to get you to Morgan Le Fay. And with that, he heads back towards the main door, just looks out over his shoulder, and we can see mist surrounding another island. and we see a feminine figure on a stony shore looking straight at him as he walks back into the house.
Artie,
Yeah?
you and Sapphire are the only ones who know this. And probably Julian.
Oh, boss knows. He's just got other bigger fish to fry. Anyway, Sapphire's going to probably get himself killed trying to find something. We should probably stop that.
I'm thinking about wiping his memory of it.
Don't. Honestly, don't. Magic of this world interacts strangely with things not from this neck of the woods. You don't know what else you might fiddle with. But I guess we need to get the team to get back together and go on a road trip.
I guess so.
Anyway, if you feel like drinking, there's some really good 25-year-old whiskey underneath the bearskin rug.
Don't tell Marvin.
Marvin's got his own demons.
That's the perfect place for us to cut back to Green Lake.
I think when the panel cuts back to Green Lake, you see that Marvin, like, kind of he's occupying his day by being, you know, that guy that helps around the town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's someone that needs like something heavy carried, he'll do that. He'll help out like people like since it's a small town, you know, there's probably it's still operating, but it's just very sleepy right now. So he helps out people unloading whenever there's like loading dock stuff needs. He helps out with that. He just pretty much is that guy that's always there to help someone that needs like extra muscle for something.
Yeah, and like they're kind of surprised at first, a little like kind of weirded out by it, honestly. But eventually, like people are like, "Oh yeah, that's just, you know, that's the guy who just kind of rolled into town. He helps out if you need something." And they slowly become accustomed to it over the couple days that she's been spent doing it.
And every now and after like he does a job, he stops, he pulls up the phone, and he looks at that one text he sent to Isla. He's about thinking about it for a bit, like he's, you know, pondering what he should do, and noticing he's been on red for this long time. He's like, damn it. He dials her number.
Hello?
Hey. How's it going?
It's been a few days. I'm sorry I never texted you back.
Right.
It's just you left, and I know you're going through something that you can't tell me. I'm going through some stuff that I can't tell you, and it almost feels better that we don't have to hide from each other right now.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think it's best that we're, you know, we're totally transparent.
Yeah, I get, yeah.
I mean, look, all right, look, I'm just gonna say it. The stuff that happened in the city the other day, those lizard guys you saw on the TV, those dinosaur-men attacking the city, and that one office building getting wrecked in the process. That was all because of me. Like they weren't attacking the city. They were attacking me specifically. They were coming after me, and then this robot guy tried to kidnap me, and he almost did, and I got free, but with the help of the team. But all that damage, that was me who caused it. That wasn't any of these creatures or the robots. That was all me. And
I know.
wait,
I know that.
what do you mean you know?
Well, I know because I wasn't there when I should have been there. It's kind of weird to talk about it over the phone.
Crap. No, this sounds like something more than shouldn't be over the phone.
Just know that it's okay. We both need our time right now, okay?
But wait. But wait, what do you mean though that
I love you. And then she hangs up.
he like stares at the phone for a bit?
I want to cry.
He's like, and he looks at a little kid that's eating an ice cream, like, you heard that?
And that's the kid actually drops the ice cream cone and runs away. That sounds real heartbreaking, kid.
I look over my shoulder at the voice.
And behind you is one tall, hairy-looking dude.
Oh. What are you doing here?
Do you want me to bullshit you or something?
No. I left you at the facility. I know I left you behind.
Ah, kid. Come on. You knew I would be coming.
Grendel. You really think that, I'm just gonna start a tussle here in this town with you, right? Because that's not gonna happen.
Oh, sure you are. For old time's sake.
He looks down at his hand. He sees the ring on his hand. And he looks at Grendel. You know what? That's where you want to go. That's where we're gonna go. And you see the next panel is just him lunging at Grendel, throwing a punch at his face.
And that's where we're gonna cut away. Back to sunset.
Isla is, or Hasar's got her text message out now, and she's walking to find Elodie, and if Arthur's there, she'll be like, Natural History Museum. We're supposed to take a look at this, and she just tosses the phone in their direction.
NW.
Yeah. Never seen the number before. I thought you would know more than me because you always do.
There's a lot of initials. Like that's not much to go on. And
Well,
I
still.
don't do digital well.
Arthur, there's a small chirp from your pocket.
Okay.
I'm on the level. You can ask Julian. And this one says Night Watch specifically.
Okay, I guess we're looking into the Natural History Museum because this is the day. This is the day. This is the day. Okay,
Yep.
so something got pilfered from the local museum, and I'm guessing if others are poking at us, it wasn't overly expensive, but it definitely has significance.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really curious as to what was taken from the Natural History Museum.
Oh, could be fossils, could be anthropological artifact of some incredible importance that everyone ignored. Could just be like mystical stone, meteorite, any number of things.
Could be they found a creature from the Feywild that they don't know what it is, and it was going to be too dangerous for them. I heard they got their hands on a basilisk once.
Ooh.
Is Captain
That-
Power present for this scene?
I was just
Yeah,
gonna say
as
I was
is-
gonna call for Sapphire and Captain
Yeah.
Power. but
Yeah,
like,
I was
I
about to
think
say,
they're. I think they're in the
it's-
kitchen, like discussing like maneuvers and eating chocolate cake.
Yes. Yes. I was gonna say you see Captain Power like sitting on a stool in the kitchen, and like the little silver part of his mask is retracted, so his identity is still hidden. But he's like sipping on a milkshake or eating chocolate cake or eating a sandwich or something, and like all of what they just said, all this mystical stuff is just text bubbles all around Captain Power as he's eating, and he's just like, I'm just gonna eat this sandwich.
just nod your head.
I just like the next panel is we're still seeing the shot is still on Captain Power sitting there on the stool as the group walks in, and there's just the text bubble. We don't talk about the basilisk incident of 1987. To keep the Chrononauts from coming back and instigating possibly Operation Funball. So
You thought it was some kind of exotic snake.
Hey,
You know, with all this talk about dinosaurs lately, maybe they just like stole some dinosaur bones and they're trying to clone them. I don't know. Sounds like something a supervillain would do.
cloning dinosaurs ends poorly.
Have we not shown this guy Jurassic Park yet? Really?
Mm,
I'm sure he's seen it somewhere
but
or lived it. You never know.
have not lived in a Jurassic or a park yet. And I think we just need to get to the museum. This feels like detective work. Ugh. And
Perfect.
let's see here. Museum. Ah, the smoking room. And just heads to this door. That is just labeled smoking room, and they come out, and they're coming out of a supply closet in the Natural History Museum that has all of the dry ice for one of the exhibits to make it look real cool.
It's for the Ice Age exhibit.
Natural History Museum.
I always liked it here.
And as soon as you said detective work, Sapphire Sirius comes out of the door, and he has shapeshifted a little bit. He shapeshifted his outfit, and it's like a fedora and a trench coat.
my god.
And he's got like a little cigar. Like as he's going, this sort of film noir type music starts playing behind him.
Melody matches him. She shifts into like a much taller, buff, like muscly lady in like her mid-30s with a hat on like Agent Carter and a trench coat.
He's like, never a dull moment, eh, doll face?
Tell me that again, I'm punching you in the face.
Fair enough. It just goes.
You have an entire museum in your closet?
Oh, you're adorable. We need to teach you some things.
What? One of the many perks of the world being an oyster.
So you're in the history museum. I assume you're looking for the place that's cordoned off with police tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is, oddly enough, it's like the antiquities exhibit, the Roman section. It appears the statue of a Frank king has been defaced. A chunk of it is missing.
Is it the face chunk?
Uh,
Defaced.
That's...
The back.
The statue was cake all along.
No.
This isn't good. That's specifically on my that's not good radar.
Why? Do you know something about this Frank guy?
No. We're dealing with antiquities. And if someone's going out of their way to specifically deface an antiquity, they're either insert local crazy here or there's something much bigger going on. I can't get lucky. We're never lucky, especially when Marvin's not here. I think there's just an air-cut panel of like the two of them going through an ice cream truck.
It's like as soon as he says that, it's kind of like you see that one panel that Arthur says it is like right above this other panel where you see Grendel on one side throwing a punch and Marvin's flying through the other side of it.
Well, give me a directly engage a threat roll on this.
Oh my
Oh
God.
boy.
Just because
Okay.
we're here for this split second, and I want to see how the fight's going.
Can I use my move? You know what? I'm not going to use in the China shop for this. I'm just going to go straight.
You're actually trying to not wreck up the place. Oh,
I'm trying
wow.
not to for once.
Oh, you made it on. Okay, great. Hey, that's great. You get two off the list with the 11.
So I will say that he definitely resists or avoid their blows.
Okay.
Like he's like trying his best. He's trying his best to like stand his ground. But what I'll say he does is he takes something from him, and what he takes specifically is this one moment where he's about to, where Grendel's probably like about to like throw a car at an innocent bystander to make to kind of like make Marvin risk his life for that person.
Mm-hmm.
But what he does is instead of like as soon as he throws the car, Marvin jumps up, grabs the car in midair, and throws it to the side, kind of taking that opportunity away from him.
Grendel gives him kind of a nod of impressment, and we're back to the museum.
So yeah, this is going to... Oh, crap. And his eyes roll into the back of his head and goes purple for a second. I would like to use this very specific move. I want to do been reading the files.
Okay, yeah. From the Protégé playbook.
Ooh.
The dice are with the Mythfits tonight.
Okay. So, when I first encounter a phenomenon possibly superpowered, I get to say what's different.
Okay.
On a 10 plus, the GM, I can ask the GM a follow-up question, and they will answer it honestly. On miss, the situation is well outside your base of knowledge. Okay, so defacing of a Frankish king's statue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 2 things. First is there was probably a reliquary in that statue. Looking closer at it, something was taken out of the statue's head.
Absolutely.
And that also means we're dealing with somebody who Julian knows about, but hasn't told Arthur yet.
No.
Ooh.
So, here's the question. Who is this tied to? Because everything's a web.
I'm trying to think of how I can get this to you. Because you get it. You do. I just need to figure out how. I guess if you're using your magic, I think it's a sympathetic thing.
Mm-hmm.
You trace it. And you touch where the reliquary was pulled out. And as you touch it, you feel a shiver. As if you were touching cold steel. And then you hear that clatter of hooves.
Just him or all of us?
Only him.
If this is who I think it is, I have influence on him. We're connected now. Never lucky. Just pulls the hand away.
Mm-hmm.
We need to find Marvin now.
Why, what's up?
We're dealing with somebody who we need everybody. We need everybody and then some.
Way ahead of you. Let's see. Where exactly is he, though? So Sapphire just takes his ring and turns it. Sapphire to Marvin. Come in. Marvin, you there?
Muted.
As soon as Sapphire sends that message to Marvin, he's like, "What?" And he just gets like, you'll see like it's like legit one panel of like going him what, and he punched in the face, and it's like one of those punches like he just gets grabbed by the face and his face is slammed into the wall, and the next panel you just sees like Marvin's face is like smashed up against the wall, and he's like, kinda.
There's a lot of noise back there, Marvin. Are you busy or something?
Yeah, busy dealing with some old friends. What's up? How you doing?
Run. We can't have
yeah.
you distracted. Where?
You just hear him go, "Hey, what?" And he gets yoinked away.
I'm just seeing this panel of like Grendel yanking Marvin, and this poor old white Honda Civic is Marvin's landing zone.
You can see him just get yoinked out of the way, and then the next panel is like you see the Honda Civic sitting there. See a little old lady walks past it, and then boom, he lands right in top of the roof of it. He's like,
Yeah, we're dealing with like we're dealing with some new bad guy, I guess. Somebody stolen something from the museum,
Right,
and
that's
now
awesome.
Arthur's all
Yeah,
like, we
right.
need everybody we can get to help us because it's apparently a serious threat.
right. Hey, serious? Can you do me a big favor, pal?
Yeah, sure thing.
Just come to my location. That'd be great. And that's the last thing you hear.
Gotcha. Where exactly is that location?
Well, I'm over, and you hear he gets yanked again, and he just gets pulled out of the car, and I see him just getting like Hulk slammed, like bam, 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 over and over again on the ground. So you just hear Marvin go, and it cuts off right there.
Like, oh crap. Arthur, I think Marvin's in trouble.
You don't say.
I've got this. You guys just make sure no enemies show up. I'll figure this out. So he like sort of leaps out the window of the museum and
Just blast through the
first
skylight.
through the skylight. And on his way, he just starts snatching up stuff like the little antenna tower and the little a little piece of like the ventilation system. And he goes down to the alley and he starts rummaging through some trash and stuff. So as he's doing this, he's like shape-shifting a bunch of different hands at the same time, just cobbling together this little device. And so he just goes like one round around the museum. And when he comes back into the front door, he's got like this machine made out of a bunch of junk. And he's like, all right, guys. So I think that this will help. It will help us find Marvin. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. It probably only has like one charge in it. But if I put my ring on this, it'll trace back the signal to the last person that I contacted it with, and hopefully we should be able to find him. So keep your fingers crossed. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to unleash your powers roll here.
Yeah, that's actually a move. Where's my okay. It's called alien tech. It's something I can do. It says right here that let me just see. When you alter a human device with your technology, roll plus freak. On a hit, you create a device that can do something impossible once and then fizzle. When you roll a 10, choose one. It works exceptionally well, or you get an additional use out of it.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah,
great.
that's
Roll
one of
it.
my moves.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Okay.
So
well, mark potential at least.
Yeah. It just blows up.
Well, no, it works. It does. It works, but it has a completely unintended side effect. So you use it.
Oh, right. It does.
What is the unintended side effect? Oh, you handed me this, and I have nothing in mind for it.
I have everything to make things worse if you want one.
Give me a hot second while I ponder. But please just throw it in the pot, and we'll see what happens.
So, that was a homing signal.
Sure was.
That was an awfully potent homing signal.
Sure was.
Anyone who's scanning to try and find something alien now has a direct location and heading.
Oh, that actually dovetails rather nicely. I'll put that in my back pocket. That actually justifies my plans for later. Thank you.
I love you all. I'm so sorry.
Don't be
Thanks,
sorry.
Pope.
It was gonna happen one way or the other. Just now, you just give me my little Cassius belly.
Right. So yeah, he's like, and I got it. Okay. Good news is I found the signal. Bad news is it did only have one charge in it. According to this information, he's staying in a town called Green Lake, somewhere near the Green Elm Motel specifically. It's to the east of Sunset.
Oh. Okay.
What uh-oh? Artie, what uh-oh?
That's a very specific site outside the city limits. Very specific.
The question though is, can you take us there?
Yeah, no.
All right.
Sorry, no?
Yes and no. I can make a valiant attempt. It's not guaranteed to work. There is no particular doors that lead to that location at this specific time. I can try and maybe port us with the cloak trick, but I don't think I can get all of us at once.
Can you get us
All right.
close?
We could take my ship. I mean, it's just been
The
sitting
ship
there.
is probably the better idea.
Right.
You have a ship?
Yeah, I've got a ship. It's how I got to this planet. It's not very big though. It's only big enough to like pretty much cram all of us in. It's like the size of maybe what you guys call a semi truck. It's about that big, maybe about as big as a bus. It's not like huge, but it can get us there in time.
I can get us to the hangar, and
Right.
just goes back through the door in the janitor's closet, kind of doing that Scooby-Doo like rush.
Yeah, and Sapphire just sort of takes off and flies.
And they go towards a hallway that just has a curtain. They pull the curtain, and we're in the hangar.
Awesome.
Excellent.
So let me just make sure I've got this information. Just like,
Shotgun.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's fast and maneuverable with powerful weapon. So there we go. So yeah, as you guys like sort of go into this hangar, there is Sapphire Sirius's ship. He's mentioned it before, but this is the first time you guys actually see it. He was right about it being about the size of a bus, but the strange thing is, like, the entire ship seems to be made out of sapphire crystal, and it's just, it almost looks kind of like something more magical than technological, or like sort of like a little bit of both. I'll probably be able to better draw it than describe it. But just know it's a really Magitech looking crystal ship that's about as big, about the size enough to fit all of you guys. So yeah, like, all right.
Oh, Gemstone, you've been holding out on me.
Oh, this is nothing. You ought to see the ship that the diamonds have. This is like an old, just a really old transport ship. Yeah, if you think this is impressive, wait till you see some of the stuff we've got on my planet.
Well, you shine
Anyway.
bright like a diamond to me, sweetheart.
So he just he's blushing so hard this time that he's just practically glowing. He's like literally glowing at this point. So he just sort of hops into the cockpit part. And the window in the cockpit, he just sort of phases through it. Like, it's like you guys, it'll look like there's some glass like in the like the other part of the ship for you guys to go through, but if you like touch it, you literally just phase right through it. And so yeah, he like sort of sits at this cockpit, right? You don't really see any like any controls and stuff yet, but he like puts his hands on these two little orb-like things in the dashboard, and his hands literally merge into the rest of the ship. He literally like becomes one with the ship. His shape-shifting abilities are the interface for this Lithian ship. And so he is like, all right, is everybody on board?
Yeah, are there seatbelts on this thing, sweetheart?
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that. And so like this little light shoots down his arm, and these seats just sort of form themselves out of crystals. And yeah, some seatbelts just sort of pop up in the seats.
Hassar just looks at Captain Power and she's like, bet you never thought you'd be here, huh?
No, this is literally insane.
It's about to get so much more interesting. Hold on.
Right. And so when he takes off, it just shoots off like a bullet.
And so while the rest of our Mythfits are en route, let's spend some time back at Green Lake with Turbine and Grendel.
he was flung into the wall, and the wall crumbled around him, and he just like stands up, staggers out of it left to right. He's like, all right, look, I need you to answer me a question. And you already see like all the broken limbs that he had. It's already starting to like reassemble, like regenerate, snapping back into place on his body, like cuts slowly healing. Like, I need to know is, were you responsible for those lizard guys that attacked the city?
I mean, it wasn't me directly. I'm not really the orders given type most of the time. It was
Well, you're not.
the head of our organization, as it were.
Ah, all right, cool. That's what I figured. So you're saying is they know where I'm at now, right?
We always know where you're at.
Okay. All right, cool. And he like picks up the white Buick that he slammed into and throws it at Grendel, and is like already running at him as he like jumps up in the air and does a drop kick against the Buick to slam it into Grendel even harder.
Nice. Yeah, sounds like a correct engagement to me.
Oh, I sure am. Directly engage.
You get 1 off the list on a 7.
I would like to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, because I feel like I am probably doing a new move that he's never seen before.
Yeah. I feel like that would absolutely surprise Grendel. And the Buick just plows into him, sends him into the side of a building. And he comes clawing back out. And he's laughing. This is funny to him.
What's so funny?
I never really pegged you for the fighting type. Or at least the thinking fighter.
Well, they say, every loss you learn something from it. Or that, say when you surround yourself with certain people, you kind of learn tactics, you learn things from them. May not change you, but you walk away with something new. I walked away with a few things, and he is already doing that slow walk over to Grendel that's doing the picking up speed kind of thing as he's talking.
And Grendel's picking up speed as well.
All I know is that if you got sent after me, more and more guys are going to be coming after me, and it's going to be coming after my friends. And you know what? This whole fight made me think about something. If you guys are going to be in my life, I got to be honest with my friends. And he jumps up at Grendel, going to slam both of his hands into the top of his head.
Unfortunately, Grendel anticipates this and just shoulder checks you in the gut. Just poof. And then with one of his big meaty paws just spikes you.
Oh.
And I'm feeling like you're probably going to be taken in condition on this.
Oh, he definitely is.
Yeah.
He's feeling he's feeling pretty afraid right now, because he hates fighting Grendel because he never wins.
Yeah,
it's one of those kind of situations. He has never beaten Grendel, so he's very afraid.
Yeah, that tracks 100%. There's wreckage. You hear people screaming and running in the distance. Grendel lands with a thunk. And you hear the pavement cracking under his feet.
And he closes his eyes and just you see a thought bubble that says, 3 more minutes. Gotta last 3 more minutes.
All right, kid. We've had the fun. Time to take you back to the dock.
He reaches over, grabs a pebble, like throws it at his chest. And what he's doing is, he's using a move. He's using a move you've got a head, don't you? When you provoke someone with obvious threat in shows, you roll danger instead of superior. And he's trying to provoke him into a fight because he knows Grendel will not stop fighting him if he can see that Marvin is moving. So he just picks up this pebble and just goes, boom. And he says, "Oh man, that last hit felt like nothing. Actually, it felt like how it used to be, all those years ago, before they gave you the drugs."
Go ahead and roll. What do we got? Let's see. That's a full hit. That's an 11. So yeah. Oh yeah. He's like, I didn't need no drugs, and he starts smashing you against the ground. I'm the fucking original. And fucking is of course bleeped out because we don't fully cotton to the Comics Code Authority, but you still can't really put that out there all the time.
I'm the @ pound sign exclamation point in
and he
original.
starts smashing, just continues to rage against Marvin.
And as he's and he's just goading him on even more and more the entire time.
You little piece of crap! When I'm done, they won't have enough of you left to build a new you!
And it will still be better than you.
And at this point, he's now just full on sack of Marvin swinging you against the side of a building.
And you see, once again, you see a thought bubble. After, every pound he's taking, you, the way they draw this panel, it's one of those, 9-box panels that Tom King is famous for.
Sure.
So you see one panel of Marvin in Greenpoint getting slammed into something. The next panel is of him, but Marvin, he looks a little younger. And you just see what looks like Grendel's hand punch him in the face. And it just goes back and forth between Greenpoint when he was younger, Greenpoint when he was younger. And the last one, that is when I think, that's when he grabs that fist at the last panel. And he says, 3 minutes are up. And I think that's when Sapphire...
And you hear the sound of the... You have the big spread panel of the krakoom as the ship sonic booms in above Green Lake.
Yes, and here's another thing that I forgot to mention because I had already established this about lithium ships. The chassis of his ship is made in the figure of a humanoid figure. It's almost as if it's a flying humanoid figure carrying the rest of the ship on its back, Atlas style, and the front of it is a face. So how a lot of ships from back in the Age of Sail had these figureheads mermaids and stuff coming out the front of it. It's sort of reverse that. Most of the ship is made in the form of the figurehead, while the rest of the ship is the thing that it's carrying. But that's beside the point. That's basically what he sees, this giant crystalline figure carrying something on its back, just sort of hovering in midair. And so, yeah, the figure on the ship sort of opens its mouth and Sapphire's voice comes through it. Hey, Marvin, you having some trouble down there?
Right on time. And that is when he just falls backwards unconscious.
Oh. Yeah. So the figure on the ship just sort of, the hand just sort of moves up forward, and the hand sort of detaches from the arm part, and it picks up Marvin and tries to take him on board the ship. Do I have to roll something for that, by the way?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a defend roll for this.
Yeah, and that works perfectly because part of the spaceship, they call it the Kirby Craft move for the outsider. It says that you can, when you're flying your ship, you can use it to unleash your powers, engage a threat, or defend someone using superior.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll superior, and that's a hit.
That is a hit, so on a defend someone, it costs you. You either expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I think it's going to escalate the situation because Grendel's going to be mad because, like, hey, you know, you can't take my enemy away from me like
Oh,
that.
his chew toy.
Mhm.
And when you, so that's actually perfect because I had something. I did have something in mind for this. As you start to pick up Marvin, Grendel just looks ticked, and he whistles. And lumbering out from the trees on the outskirts of town, is a figure. The figure hoists a cannon onto its shoulder. Boom!
Oh no.
And this huge blast fires off from it at Sirius's ship. And I'm going to need you to take a powerful blow.
Yeah. Let's see. That's conditions.
Mm-hmm. Big money, big money.
Oh, that's an 8.
That is an 8. Okay, so you have one. You either lash out verbally to provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and must mark 2 conditions.
I think that let me just look these up real quick. Roll from I'm going to let's see, lash out verbally. Opposition gets an opportunity. I think that take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. Now, when it says provoke a teammate to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition, does that mean inflict a condition on one of my teammates?
Yeah, that's exactly what that
Okay.
means. This is not a pleasant thing. You don't get to turn it around to somebody else.
Exactly. That's what I was wondering about. Because yeah, so what I'm probably going to do is gonna give ground and give the opposition an opportunity. So this blast hits the side of Sapphire's ship and it just starts spinning, and it's just like just sort of wobbles through the air, and yeah, so he's like struggling to sort of maintain control of the ship as it's like going through this turbulence.
And so as that happens, Grendel leaps at the hand and starts to pry Marvin out of it.
Oh no!
Would somebody else like to try something?
Elodie is gonna come out of the ship, and she's going right for Grendel. She's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, asshole!
What?
You want to fight someone? Come on, you and me, buddy. Let's go."
Yeah, and also funny thing about the eject thing, the eject button of this ship, Elodie would notice that like on the like arm of her ship, there's like an emergency eject button, and if she wants to like get out now, she would have to press that button. And the way that sort of works is she presses it, and the whole seat just sort of gets encased in like this bubble, right? Like this orb. The front of the ship opens its mouth and just shoots the orb out of the mouth and down toward wherever it is that Elodie wants to land at this point. Yeah.
I'm picturing that she's not landing at all. Like,
Right,
if
so
she
she's just
has
gonna
to
jump.
eject that way, she's just jumping out of the ship, sprouting wings out, and
Right.
just in midair flapping.
So she's just gonna fly out the window then, like just sort
Yeah,
of.
basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine.
So you're looking to provoke
Yes.
Grendel then at this point? Yeah.
Yes.
Give me a nice superior roll then.
Okie dokie. My superior's not great, but that's okay. We're gonna try it anyway.
No. Oh, no.
Oh man.
It's not happening.
So yeah, he looks at you. Nah, Maybe another time, girly. And he prizes Marvin out and tosses him over his shoulder like a sack of wet potatoes.
This is when I would like to do something stupid.
I mean, if there's ever a time for it.
Um, I think with all the spinning, like, I think a couple of us probably got free of those safety features and are now flying out of the ship. Not necessarily controlled, but I'm just seeing as we're rocketing down with Mythos, him just like getting eyes on Grendel as he's falling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Fuzzball, don't have any time for you right now. So drop turbine and get gone. Sort of like a dynamic entry, like drop kick falling from the sky. I'm gonna try and provoke him. Because this is who, sadly, who Mythos is.
I feel like this is a theme among the Mythfits. Wow!
It's like basically, hey, one of our friends is being, beaten up by this evil huge thing from the past. Let's go. Let's just do it.
So with provoke, they take the bait and they do what I want. Okay. So in this case, I have his full undivided attention now. Because I have a feeling that Grendel remembers Mythos from the facility breakout and has a chip on his shoulder against Mythos.
Mm. And so you little piece of crap! And he'll, like, just drop Marvin. And launch himself just right at Mythos. And yeah, it's just at that point I feel like Mythos should just take a powerful blow just for calling down the thunder on this one.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely legit.
While he's doing that, Elodie's gonna swoop in and try to catch Marvin.
Yeah.
And that's a miss.
Oh no.
No, that's great.
No, that's a good thing.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's
right.
good. Okay.
Yeah, that's very good.
I got mixed
very
up.
good.
So you still so how do you weather this?
Oh gosh.
This is not the first time the two of them have tangoed. So there's a punch, and this is the point where Mythos just goes full ham because this guy is easy to provoke and he's dumb. So it's the full like magician's closet thing where I'm just tossing out like rubber chickens, a cream pie. I think there's a large stuffed bear at one point that just impacts him as he's fighting him, and it's just Mythos jumping backwards. He's like a French tank. He's got 7 gears in reverse and is just hucking one comedic prop after another at this guy.
And yeah, it's just ticking Grendel off more and more. Like, and as that's happening, he's like, his muscles are getting all corded and knotted, and he's just and trying to just rip through stuff to get to Mythos, and just not able to. He's just not in that mode. In the meantime, Elodie is trying to save Marvin. Let's go ahead and get a defense to stop him from hitting the ground.
It's a 9.
Okay, so you either expose yourself to danger or escalate.
I'm gonna expose myself to danger.
Perfect. So remember that figure with the cannon? Boom. Let's go ahead and take that powerful blow there.
Oh boy.
Boy. Where's the right window? There we go.
Eight. Okay. So you get 1. You either lash out verbally, give ground, or you struggle past the pain.
We all know what's probably gonna happen there.
I'm actually gonna lash out verbally and a little bit physically. I'm going to like give Marvin a few smacks on the face, like wake up, we've got to go.
I heard.
Now.
I can't. I guess give me 5 minutes.
We ain't got 5 minutes, bud. Come on, up.
My spine is slowly reforming. You just gotta give me those couple 5 minutes.
Vinny.
So, we doing a foolhardy action, or are we taking a condition off of that?
Whose choice is it? Mine?
Yeah, this is you. You had to provoke him to foolhardy action, or if you've got influence on him, you inflict a condition.
I think you have influence on me. No, wait, no, you don't.
No, it's the other way around.
It's the other way around, yeah.
So I have to provoke him to foolhardy action.
Oh no, wait, no, you do have influence over me. Yeah, because
I don't have that noted down. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the foolhardy action a little bit better though, because what I can do at this point is, Vinny, I said up. We ain't got time. I mean it. Get up. And I just like whirl around in a circle a couple of times, holding him by the ankles, and I throw him at the big monster with the cannon.
Okay. So you launch him. He's like, right, up. That's a really big cannon. And he like twists his body to like slam his shoulder into the cannon to kind of like knock it up so it's off trajectory.
Okay. Let's go. We can go with a direct engagement on this. Sure, why not? Let's do that. Okay.
I would say, because he definitely didn't use Bull Drive because he's like super loopy right now because he just got yeeted towards this thing, and I would say that he's going to create an opportunity for his allies because he just knocked this cannon off its like normal trajectory for at least a brief moment unless they can do something to counterattack this guy.
Yeah, you're able to do that, and as you reach this figure, you see it's not like they're not super tall. They're like just maybe a touch taller than you, like maybe got only a head. Mm-hmm. And you can very much tell that this is a stitched together person, a guy. And he just looks down at you, and he just smacks you upside the head. And we're gonna have gonna have you take a powerful blow on that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're good. You're feeling good. How you doing?
You just see, like I said, he looks up. He's like, "Oh, you too," and he just gets slammed in the ground. He's, "Oh."
Yeah.
At this moment, Hussar grabs Captain Power, and she's like, "Time to go!" And she like forces him out of the plane with her.
Funny enough, I was just gonna ask, how's Captain Power gonna do here?
I'm going for a 3-point landing with the kid.
What do you think, Cap?
I was about to say that in the spinning and trajectory and all that, I was going to say Captain Power fell out of the ship. So I think maybe Hussar turns to grab Captain Power, and then there's like a dotted outline of where Captain Power was, and then we see a panel of Captain Power falling and saying, "Stick the landing, stick the landing, stick the landing," and then a blank panel of where he lands, and then he just falls like butt first into the ground. He's like, "Oh, I didn't stick the landing." Oh. And I would like to say that he lands right in front of Grendel.
Yeah.
And Captain Power looks up and says, "Hey, I'm Captain Power." And then he flips over and then jumps forward with his knee extended to get him right in the chin.
Going for the V trigger. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Does that sound like a directly engage?
Yeah, that's usually a direct engage in my book.
Okay. And that is with danger? Yes.
Yes.
Let's roll it. Oh, I guess since I popped down into it. Oh, there we go. Yes. Oh, wait.
Oh, no. Yeah, so we'll take the first one then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Woof!
Yeah, ooh, run the table there. Yeah, you tag Grendel easy. So you pick to either resist or avoid your blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for the allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten.
He doesn't have anything because Turbine was thrown across. So I think I am going to impress them because I did not have a very graceful fall. And then I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies.
Excellent. So it's good because like you look like some little string bean thing, and Grendel's in full on kill crazy mode, and you just right on the button, and that just kind of stops him, and he's nice to meet you. Name's Grendel, and he starts smashing you. On the plus side, he's busy smashing you, so somebody else can get a hit in. Go ahead and take a powerful blow.
Yes. And that's with conditions.
Yes.
Roll that. Hey.
Yeah, looking good.
Nice.
So how do you withstand the shots?
I think we have the shots of like Grendel coming down with his huge meaty paws, and like Captain Powers doing these like back handsprings, like to get out of the way, and just keeps walking back.
Perfect. Okay, I think Hussar.
I'm jumping out of the jet. As I'm jumping, I go, Sapphire, meet us on the ground. I almost said Safar. I don't know why. And I'm going to do one of those like jump and rolls into a 3-point landing kind of thing. And I am going to run over to where Marvin is. And I'm going to try to get him out of harm's way.
Sapphire, of course, responds to her with, but don't worry about me. I'm going to take care of the cannon guy. I'm the one in the ship. You just keep Grendel off of Marvin, and you don't worry about the cannon guy.
And Hussar's already heading at the cannon guy.
You're like, oh yeah, bye.
Yeah. So at that point, Hussar, that's a defense, right?
Yeah. I think so. I would assume so, at least.
Yeah, that should be.
Okay. Oh, I don't have any. Okay. Yee.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you scoop Marvin out of the way. Would you like to add a team to your team pool, take influence over him, or clear a condition?
I'm gonna add to the team.
Cool.
And you're just gonna see me kind of like grab him by the shoulders and start ripping him back and be like, "You're supposed to be the big guy. Come on."
I've been smacked around a lot. And he just kind of goes quiet again.
She's trying to use all of her power to kind of just like help him heal faster. Like, come on.
Just like drawing on the ambience and just pumping it into him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point, like as you're like pumping this, you're trying to like feed him his emotion. His emotion goes from like frustration and guilt slowly is building up into rage more and more and more as you're just like kind of feeding him this emotion. And you just hear him go, "You know what? I was just hoping this could have been a day where, I just help around the city, doing little things. Maybe try to apologize to my girlfriend. But no, you came in and you started wrecking stuff. You ruined this one peaceful day that I had. And now my friends, I know I called them, but I called my friends to help me. And you know what? I'm so upset that I had to get them involved in this. I'm so upset I had to get them involved in my life, but you know, they're never not going to get involved. They're always going to be there for me. And I'm always going to be there for them. And he stands up and you already like see like, because of all that healing you've been giving him, it just pushed his regeneration up a bit faster. And he like braces his fist back and he goes to slam it in the bread box of this patchwork guy.
Yeah.
Using like the full force of his strength.
Yeah. Go for it. Give me that engagement roll.
And I'm gonna definitely use Bull in the China Shop for this one.
Yeah.
I would like to assist. That's a little late. That's okay.
That's fine. Full hit. So, pick what you got off the list there with the 11.
I am going to say that he impresses or surprises the opposition. I guess he's going to try to frighten the opposition because he just hit them really freaking hard. And he hits them so hard that it creates an opportunity. And what happens is this opportunity, the guy drops the cannon. And he takes something from him. He catches the cannon as it falls. And he mounts it up on his shoulder. And he turns it towards Grendel. And that's the last thing he does.
And so it's at that point, as you start leveling the cannon, that the patchwork guy breaks and just he starts running. Sapphire.
Well, actually, that yeah. So while Marvin is aiming his gun, I mean that cannon at Grendel, Sapphire's ship turns around towards Grendel, and the eyes on the front of it start glowing too. So now there's both Sapphire's ship and Marvin's cannon aimed at this one guy. And so Sapphire like calls like through the face of the ship, and he's like, you know, if I were you, I'd run too.
Okay.
What would that be? Would that be like, what do they call it in intimidate roll?
That'll be a provoke.
Yeah.
That'd be a provoke?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hit.
So that's a 7 through 9. So, so you can either stumble, you take one of the air, you gain a critical opportunity, or they overreact. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, because they're already on the way out, they run even faster, seeing you train on them, because you're talking to the patchwork guy with this, right?
No, I'm talking to Grendel.
Oh, Grendel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's different. Okay, yeah.
I aim it at Grendel, and I point to the patchwork guy and say, if I were you, I would run just like he's running.
Got it. Okay. Grendel doesn't run. That's not Grendel's thing. He doesn't feel like that. He will air though, and he will stop, and that will give a critical opportunity.
Right.
Who wants to capitalize on that? What's that, Elodie? I think you want to do it.
Yes, I would. I'm gonna zoom in, and I was like, you know, I wasn't asking. Nobody beats his ass except me. And she's gonna deck him in the face.
Yeah, give me that engagement.
Oh boy. 9.
You get 1.
I get 1.
Can I add a team to it to make it a 10?
What's your addition there, Marvin?
You just hear, as soon as she does that punch, you just hear that of the cannon locking and loading, and training right on Grendel. And he goes, I will fire it if you do not stop right now. I know I've never done something like this before, but let me tell you, you're right. I've grown a bit.
Okay. So what's
All right.
what's your 2 then at that point?
I would like to impress him because I would like his respect, please. Disrespect earlier pissed me off. And then I would also, I kind of also want to take something from him, but I kind of want to take something a little bit more abstract. I kind of want to take his will to keep fighting.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I can allow for that. So you unload on him, and he just looks all around, sees his buddy taken off. All right, I'm going.
You lay a hand on him again, you answer to me.
And me.
You ain't always gonna be around, girly. You ain't always gonna be around.
I would like to do something stupid in that moment.
Yes!
I feel like that's your T-shirt at this point.
Yeah.
I'd like to do something.
At that, I'm going to turn him around, and this is the first time we've seen Arthur actually go physical, and he is just going to grab him and headbutt him as hard as he can. Like, trying to full out break this guy's nose.
Okay. Just go for it.
Yeah. No. This is perfect.
You hear Marvin yell, it's the top of the forehead, Arthur, not the dead center.
No, like the two heads connect, and then like Arthur, almost like a rubber ball, just bounces off of Grendel.
And I'm like imagining imagining Grendel not even selling it. It's just like
complete no sell, like just bounces. And I like to think that this is rural enough that the parking lot's made with gravel, and just skids into the pile of gravel.
That's as hard he tried.
That was just embarrassing. And he just walks off in disgust.
I just dropped that gun down, and I just slumped down, sitting down.
Hassar immediately drops down next to you and puts her hands on your cheeks and just tries to like calm you. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just really beaten up and tired. Oh my gosh. He stands up slowly. He walks over to Captain Power, and he puts his hand on Captain Power's shoulder, and he just goes, look, I didn't get the chance to tell you this before, because I was kind of, feeling really guilty about everything that went down. But you're really good at this. Because normally people, they wouldn't do what you just did right there. And you just like kick him right in the jaw like that. I mean, that's really, really impressive and really brave, all right? So, look, don't stop this thing, all right? And I'm trying to like shift his labels a bit and raise up his superior.
Nice. Do you want to accept that, Captain?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we're going to shift up your superior. We're going to drop down your mundane.
And it's at that point that both of the hands of the ship just sort of go down toward the rest of the group like this, and they just sort of they're just sort of there, inviting them all to get back on board before something else happens.
And to respond to Turbine just real quick, well, I mean that's what heroes are supposed to do, I guess. But thanks.
And just from the ground, there's just this hand with a thumbs up, and then a speech bubble. Speech bubble. You've got this, Cap. Ow. This is why I don't fight like you guys.
Elodie's right there to give him a hand up.
Oh, ow. All right.
His eyes are bloodshot.
Ooh.
Asar hasn't left her hand off of Marvin. She's still trying to give him some healing love.
Oh, I am not. I haven't moved away from that healing waves of Asar. I look at Asar for a second. I'm like, look, why don't we all head back? Because the museum just got robbed or something. That's what I heard is going down. A museum got robbed.
Yeah, there's some stuff happening, but you can take your time.
Yeah, look, I'll be back. I promise. I just need to make sure things here are good. You guys go back to city. I will be there. Don't worry.
We came all this way to find you, big guy.
Why? No, I mean, I know it because I called you guys out here. I needed help, but why would you come to try to find me?
I was the one that called you, you know?
Yeah, but why though? I mean,
We kind of
Because
need everyone.
We need you.
yeah, I guess, but
Marvin,
But is
you're
it-
a goddamn idiot.
look,
You
you saw what happened, right? If I stay in this city, I'm just gonna bring more guys like him to the city.
There are bigger fish to fry here. We need you.
Hasar takes him again by the face. You're not the only one with a target on your back. This is why we need each other. This is why more than this team needs you.
I think that everybody's got somebody after them, come to think of it. I mean, of course, there's you, Marvin, and I don't know what kind of stuff Arthur's getting mixed up in. We know about the Black Knight from earlier, and of course, it's me with the guys from my home planet. You're not alone, Marvin. We've all got, our own enemies to worry about, but we can't let that stuff paralyze us,
Yeah, Coach Reynolds from athletics really doesn't like me.
Yeah, see? Even
He
Captain
says
Parrot-
that. He says that. It's like, Coach Reynolds is the worst. It really is. Though when Hasar says that, he looks at Hasar's face, and I would like to pierce her mask.
Yes!
And because I have influence over her, I get to add +1 towards my roll.
You sure do. Roll that mundane.
Okay. And my Monday is -2, so here we go.
Oh.
I take 1 +1 though.
Yeah, mark potential. Hasar's inscrutable.
Mm-hmm.
But she does stare right back at you.
Like
Kind of-
he's like, yeah, he's like looking into her eyes. He's like kind of like trying to put. He's like, you can see the gears turning, but nothing has happened. But he does it. He just nods. He goes like, All right, yeah, let's go back. I mean, it'd just be kind of shitty if we didn't all go back together, I guess. Plus, look at this guy. This guy can't be doing headbutts with that little bad form of yours. I keep on telling you, it is bridge, hairline. You hit with the hairline, not the dead center. Dead center, that's you're gonna get a concussion. Up here, you'll be fine.
Right. Also, I should get a helmet. And as he's like gingerly walking back onto the ship.
So, Natural History Museum again, or are we going to the house?
I think we're going to get all we can get from the museum. There's somebody coming.
Right. And
Who's
by the
coming?
way, Cap, you did great down there. I couldn't be more proud of you. Also, keep the cannon around. We might need it for something later.
All
So
right.
the hands just sort of-
I give the cannon to him, forgetting that it might be too heavy for you.
Right. So the hands just sort of, with everybody in tow, just rise back up into the ship, and like a bolt of lightning, just zoom right back to the city.
We're back to Sunset City. Where to, Mythos?
We're going to go back to the hangar. And then from there, I think there's like them going out, going through a different door, and they're in Mythos's comfort place, which isn't the House of Secrets. It is a local ice cream shop that is all of maybe 2 blocks away from the high school. It's named Sloan's. The entire building is neon green. They do all sorts of like old-timey sodas and have 63 different flavors. And we're just seeing him with this large banana split and this tiny spoon. As I think everyone's sitting around having ice cream, all with full-on outfits, because the shop owner just doesn't care.
Are you kidding? Super's a great business. Great for business.
Neither does Sapphire, by the way. He doesn't care either. He's got this ridiculous, huge thing of all these different flavors of ice cream, and he's just chowing down on
It's the arc.
It's, yeah, exactly.
2 of every flavor.
Yeah, and his eyes are like literally glowing at this point because apparently sugar, the mineral of sugar, does something to lithiums. It's just something like.
So
he's going crazy.
As we have the full Beast Boy experience, with Sapphire, like Arthur just finishes a dainty bite and goes, so things are in motion. The night took something from that statue, something important. I can't put together what it is yet, but that means that reckoning is coming to a head sooner than I think even Julian expected. I need to get Party Crasher to Avalon. I need to get an audience with the sorceress. If we're going to have any shot of things going right for once. But that means we need to do something just to get an audience. We have to do an undertaking, a quest, to be worthy to set foot on that shore.
And then Sapphire his head just sort of lifts up from it, all happy, like, oh, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Please say Excalibur. Please say Excalibur. Please say Excalibur. Please say Excalibur.
Excalibur comes after.
Oh man.
Like, if we're going to find the lady, we need the sorceress's abilities. So here's where things get really, really weird. Aside from Turbine's cavalcade of misfit toys trying to drag him back to that hellacious place, we need to bring someone of significance to justice. That's the only way any of us will be worthy.
I got enough
So what
to
do you
worry
got in
about
mind?
right now.
I know this isn't easy, but we're going to have to, as a team, take down someone big, someone who's not normally in our league.
Someone like who? And Sapphire's still just sort of twitching.
That's what I was hoping. Maybe you would have an idea, Captain Power. I mean, you're relatively new, but you were on the outside looking in. I occasionally know what that feels like. And when you have that level of observation, you pick up things that normally we wouldn't. Because we're too blind, because we're dealing with things day after day, just like Turbine said.
Can't see for the forest for the trees.
Precisely. So, you're in our place now. If you had to take out somebody big, somebody who, in your dreams, you're victorious over, give us a name.
And I think we see Captain Power with like some chocolate around his lips because the silver is pulled apart. And he's kind of sitting there still in his full Captain Power gear. He's like, I'm really new to this, guys. And I'll be honest with y'all. Punching that dude today with my knee, which I guess isn't really a punch, but anyways, that's besides the point. That was like the biggest kind of thing that I've done so far. Is there anybody else in this ice cream shop?
Not right now.
Okay. I think Captain Power takes his helmet and kind of pulls it off and reveals his identity to everyone at the table and says, I'm Adam. I almost said Adam Power. I'm Adam Bradford.
Adam Bradford?
Yeah.
Dude, I see you at the comic book shop all the time.
I know, but you don't know who I am. And I mean,
Wow, Adam Bradford. He like gets up, he like takes a walk because he's like kind of shocking to him.
And you know,
You little nerdy kid I had a crush on 2 years ago.
his eyes go wide. You had a crush on me.
And then
You had this cute little awkward demeanor, and you always had this little snort when you laughed. Oh, I just thought it was the cutest thing.
Then you
Just blushing. Blushing.
Adam Bradford?
We have a cut to panel from a previous comic.
Mm-hmm.
From Hellwarden 62,
Okay.
which is Mythos' origin comic. We finally get to see the order slip from Frazetti's as to whose house Mythos it is Bradford is on the ticket.
All right. Okay. I see you. Yeah. So, hold on. Yeah. I mean, I know, but one day I just found this thing lying in the dirt, and I picked it up and I put it on, and I got this cool power, and everything. And well, in my neighborhood, there's these guys, leather jackets, come back here, but they're selling drugs and they're not really good people. And I was a superhero now. Like I should take him down, but and he starts to tear up a little. But things didn't go great. I mean, they were going great, and I was kind of showing off, and a crowd gathered, and well, my mom and dad were there, but they didn't know who I was, and well, one of the bullets that was meant for me hit my dad, and well, he can't walk anymore, and every day I go into my house, I have to see him in his wheelchair, not doing what he loves to do. And I kind of have to carry that with me. And I haven't told anybody any of this because, my best friend doesn't know. I can't tell my parents because they probably hate me for what I did to him. My best friend's dad knows, but that's just because I ran into him and he ran into me. But that's a long story anyways. But it feels good to get that off my chest, but also, I don't know. The gang is the biggest bad that I had known until 3 days ago.
Wow. Wow, I had no idea you've been through all that.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Just see like Marvin like goes, Adam Branford, wow. And he's just like eating ice cream. It's like an entire like bottom part of his face is covered with strawberry ice cream. Like Adam Branford. That's
Vinny,
wild.
A little tact.
I'm just saying, look, believe me, I get it. We've all been to those points where it's like you gotta, buckle up or nut up or shut up kind of situation. But look, you're saying these guys are messing with your neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Look, rules of order always goes like this. Small little group messing with one neighborhood, they gotta report to someone bigger.
Yeah, there's always a big guy behind a little gang. That's true.
So why don't we do this? We take down who's ever running that gang.
That's a place to start. And
Yeah.
Another thing that I
like,
wanted to bring. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, I love being part of this team, and I appreciate everything, but and not to be like territorial, but like that's like my
that's
thing.
your neighborhood.
Yeah, and I tried to save it, and I didn't, and I got to keep trying until I do.
All right, Captain Power. One thing that you quickly learn when you practice the mystical arts is there's very little that's happenstance. You are meant to find that thing. You are meant to guard that community. And there will be more hard lessons before you're through that I cannot shield anyone from.
Right.
But you've got this.
And you keep on saying how.
And you're the guardian of that community.
You keep on talking about how you want to be a hero, but after hearing that, I'm pretty sure you already are to those people who live there.
Sirius is right.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, we're saved the city all day. We're like fighting monsters, but dude, micromanaging one block, you may think that's not a big deal, but that's a big deal because the people who are on that block, if we were there, we'd just be a bunch of other heroes. If you were there, they're gonna say that's Captain Power. That's the guy we look out for.
Yeah, and they know you there. You know them. And you're more than just some guy in a costume to them. You're their guardian angel, so to speak. Or at least that's what they sort of call them. I'm not
Or
really
a
sure.
guardian devil pulls out a copy of Daredevil that someone has lost and that is now found. It's like number 20 and just slides it across the table.
Oh, hey, this is cool. My best friend's obsessed with this guy. That's cool. Yeah, y'all are cool. I mean, in my head, whenever I first became a superhero, I thought I was going to team up with the Automateens, but teaming up with y'all, I'll take that any day.
Automateens are overrated anyway.
Yeah, they've got nothing on us.
But they have the really cool belts.
Well, they do have cool belts.
Exactly.
Yeah, they really do have cool belts.
One thing I wanted to bring up, though, you're talking about bringing down somebody big, right? Well, I just saw on the news this morning. There's this guy called Menace down in the Midwest who was basically taking over an entire city.
No.
I think that might be a bit too much of a field trip.
Well, I do have that ship that took us.
Maybe we should stick it with, like we've been saying to Captain Power, stick it with our own territory.
I think
fair
we're
enough.
getting a lesson from the cosmos. Never looked a GIF omen in the mouth, especially
Right,
when
just
someone
throwing it
actually
out
has
there.
a mouth.
Let's see. Have we figured
Wait.
out who's behind that? Oh, you got something?
Yeah, Hassar, you got that message. You still have that number?
Sure.
Nightwatch guy.
Yeah.
I'd like to trade information with him.
I just slide the phone over to Arthur.
Hey,
Okay.
found the thing. Definitely in our wheelhouse, but in order to fix this, I need a name. Who's someone that you're having trouble with?
You get a message back. Who is this? And then the message gets erased. And then you see more typing. Ever heard of Ulysses Tube?
Let me do the check the files move. Apparently, yes.
Well, yeah, of course you have. Everybody knows Ulysses Tube.
Okay.
He has a YouTube channel, obviously.
I'm sorry.
So, because of that move, I get to make an assumption and then I ask a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Ulysses Tube is sort of like a supervillain YouTube / Instagram personality. They do big crimes for the clicks.
God.
So influencer supervillain. I can't believe that phrase just came out of my mouth. It tastes like ashes.
Oh no.
But given that name, knowing what I know, what is the next heist he's been hyping up?
On his Patreon. Like, and you get a
Patreon also.
absolutely.
Patreon funded supervillain.
Yeah. There's even a hench tier.
No.
Yes.
Oh, this is the worst.
I hate them.
This planet is insane.
And so you get a screen cap of Ulysses' Patreon, and so they give a preview for the next big thing, and the next big thing, is it something to do with Sunset City's power plant? Stay tuned, faithful viewers.
So we have to stop this guy. Just like sending back through that same messenger. Thanks, question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation mark, stab through the heart emoji.
You get just one message back. Just pretend you're doing it for the Vine.
Jeez.
Vine's dead.
For you, maybe.
Okay. Guess that's the next step. Ugh.
Not this guy.
I feel like I need more ice cream.
Not this guy. Oh, I hate this guy so much. Last time I fought him, it got really bad. And you just
fought him?
No, but it's more like this. And it cuts, you use a smash cut over to a panel of Ulysses' tube and says, and now we're gonna break down the top 3 heroes of the city, the most beefy anime, most beefiest accident moments ever. And you cuts to an image of Turbine riding his bike and hitting a fire hydrant and gets launched over the handlebars, slamming into a lamppost.
Hey, folks, remember when Vine beefed it? Or Turbine beefed it?
And it's like plays in loop over and over again. So you can see her.
And then it's like super slow-mo.
Yeah. And it just cuts back to me. He's just like, I hated it.
Yeah, the superhero fails were the worst. I don't like those either.
Wait, you guys are holding out on me. There's an entire channel dedicated to superhero fails?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge. It's huge.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you guys haven't heard of it, and I have. I mean, like, it was so embarrassing. I actually did. Now that I remember it, now that I think about it, this guy, I did actually have a fight with this guy once, and the entire fight, he was like, "This beatdown is sponsored by Blade Shadow Myths. Blade Shadow Myth is the greatest mobile RPG ever made." What in the world is Blade Shadow Myths? I don't even know what that is, but he kept talking about it while he was beating me up.
Yeah, the guy's like, he's really strong. I mean, I've never beaten him. I don't think any of us ever beaten him. And on top of that, the guy just like, well, all right, let's put it this way. The more likes he has, the stronger he is.
Grabs his own personal phone and like goes to the YouTube page just to see how many people are subscribed. Eyes just go wide. Guy's got over 10,000 subscribers.
Oh.
And
You see the subscriber count go up as Adam Bradford clicks subscribe on his phone.
10,000.1. So okay. Wait,
Mercury stuck fighting a fire hydrant is the latest video uploaded 2 days ago.
good news is, should we be successful, I think we'll be worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
If anything,
here's an idea. Let's start our own YouTube channel.
No.
And then we'll like.
No.
Look, I don't know much about the YouTubes. I don't know much about the YouTubes, but I feel like if we he would have the home court advantage on us if we did something like that.
I have to say this.
But we'll upload us beating him, and we'll have proof of it.
Are you familiar with something referred to as a mythos score?
Not really, no.
My name has some odd connotations, and there are certain things that I interact with that human eyes are not meant to see.
Oh, is it the score amount of times you awkwardly walked into the doorway when you thought you were walking into another level of the House of Mystery?
No, that's a Mythos owned.
By the way, the score is 10.
All right, fair enough.
But no, like, I don't want people to have their scales fall away from their eyes and realize they're seventh dimensional entities sitting in the corner of the room eating popcorn watching them. That doesn't end well.
Yeah, you've got a point. Plan B. We'll beat him up and then publish the beating to his own YouTube channel.
We can subtweet his beatdown.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I guess the point is we're going after this guy.
Do we have a
Yeah.
timeline for the power plant?
Just says coming soon, Sunset City. But I think there might be a timer on his Patreon. Let me check.
It's probably pay lock. Gotta be a certain tier.
It is to unlock posts. It is a $5 a month pledge.
Solve this irreconcilable equation. Great thing about the House of Mystery, I have all sorts of identities.
One thing about online purchases is I can't just, make someone think that I paid.
Yeah, but this pays and then it disappears.
Yeah. So you're able to get in. The timer is counting down. It looks like you've got 3 days.
3 days.
Okay.
This guy really likes his emojis.
It's actually kind of a cool, Sadako one.
Nice.
Oh, so that,
Wow. That's actually rather reasonable.
I look-
$50 a month for hinching.
I look over the shoulder. I'm like, oh wait, hold on. It's a new fail video, and I scroll up, and it is a rare sighting of Soul Brother accidentally taking a cat out of a tree, and the cat is just going crazy, like going AWOL, scratching his face up and over, up and down, like not sitting still. It's like crawling all over his body. Yeah.
Oh, that looks like it hurts.
I mean, no, it's the guy's my hero, but still, that is pretty funny. Gotta admit that.
So yeah, that's the next step. Is there anything we can do for you, Captain Power?
I don't know. I think y'all have done a lot. I was thinking about hanging the belt up or throwing it in the trash can and walking away dramatically so it could be drawn onto a big comic book cover, but I don't know. Maybe I won't. But do you think my parents hate me?
no. Why would you think that?
Well,
Complicated.
I am the reason my dad is in a wheelchair now. I did that. Even
No,
if they
you
don't
didn't.
know I'm me, but me did that.
No, you didn't.
But the point is, you were trying to protect them and everyone else. If you hadn't been there, it probably would have been even worse. He could have even died.
Adam. And she walks over to him and she puts a hand on his shoulder. You are not the reason that your dad is in a wheelchair any more than I am the reason that my mom and my little brother are dead. All right?
Wait, what?
That was caused by people with very bad intentions. All of that. That is not our fault just because we were there.
It's just so hard having to keep secrets from people that you care about.
Then stop keeping secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, secrets are not fun for anyone.
Yeah.
guess if it's true, the secrets aren't good for anyone. I think all of those, dinosaur guys and everything. Like, I know I said it before, but they're definitely coming after me. If I stay with you guys, you're going to have targets on your back, just like me.
I've already got a target on my back, and it's from at least 1 million different people. I can spare another target.
I'm certain the Bureau already has files on all of us. They just want you back, because in their minds, you're the best thing they ever did.
Yeah. Well, just wanted to, be open about that, especially if we're going after this guy, because we need to have focus everything on this guy, because oh boy, he's pretty tough.
I am certain he is waiting for some hero, probably Nightwatch, to interfere with his plans. The good news, should the Bureau be zealous in their pursuit of you, is we can use that to really muck up Ulysses Tube's plans, because he may be planning for heroes, but he's not planning for villains.
That's true.
And if Grendel's still around, that's a whole lot of chaos even he's not ready for. Besides, we've got 2 people that can look like Ulysses and antagonize Grendel.
That is a
I
really
like where
good
you're going with
idea.
that.
Actually, wait a second. I've got a plan.
Yeah, I
We've
like
got-
plans.
We've got 3 days and 2 shapeshifters.
And I think we'll leave that for later, because that's a really good place to leave that to dangle. As we're coming down here, is there anything else people would like to do to cap this off?
Hasar will, as we're probably getting ready to leave the ice cream shop or something, she'll look directly at Elodie. Then she looks right at Captain Power and she goes, "You had a lot of guts telling us your identity. I know, because you keep identities to keep those you love safe. But when it comes down to it, sometimes it's better for those you love to know, because they're not helpless. They can take care of themselves. So thank you for showing me that it's possible." And I'm gonna turn to Marvin. Yadviga says hi, and I take off the mask.
Like mid-fight.
Mark potential.
Okay. And I immediately just like I try to touch his face just so he could feel what I'm feeling. I'm gonna cry.
What?
Yeah, I know. I mean, you were kind of the only one that didn't know.
Wait, you all knew?
Don't take
Yeah,
it.
and
Don't.
it was burning me up inside.
Listen, dude, she swore me to secrecy, okay?
You have no idea how hard it was to keep it a secret.
It wasn't their fault. I told them to because I was worried because of Jadwiga. I didn't want her to get hurt, and the only people I was truly afraid of were the ones coming after you.
Whoa.
And now it seems a little silly because they're already here, and we gotta be on the same page. So.
Wow.
Say something other than wow, please.
He like stands up for a second. He paces a bit, and he just puts Sarah in a big ol' hug.
Bust into tears.
Look, I mean, that takes a huge weight off my shoulder then, because I mean, I was always worried I was gonna hurt you one day. Like, pretty much the same reason you didn't tell me. I was worried about you. I was always worried about you, but now I know you're pretty well. Look at you. Wow.
Yeah, tell Elodie thanks, because she told me to stop keeping a secret, and with everything that's been happening lately,
All right.
you had to know.
Yeah. And he's just kind of like holding her right now, just kind of staring off, and he doesn't really say anything like that, but you can tell that you can feel his emotion, that he's very shell-shocked, but very happy. But he doesn't say anything after that.
Okay, so 3 days, yeah?
And I think with the hand of three, there's a cut to that evening panel. We're not in the House of Mystery. We're in the House of Secrets. Julian's in his office. Arthur walks in. And usually when it's just the two of them, he calls them Julian. But now he's calling him Hellwarden. Hellwarden, Elodie's an hour to midnight. And that's the end of that panel.
Anybody else?
Elodie's gonna as everybody's dispersing from the ice cream shop and going their separate ways for the evening and doing their own plans, Elodie catches Adam as he's on his way home. Let me walk with you for a minute.
Oh, yeah, sure.
There's that thing I said about having a crush on you. That was true. There's very few people that I don't have a crush on. Everyone in the group included. And the people that I care about are gonna get hurt very soon when I disappear.
Where are you going?
Nowhere good. With all the things that I've done, nowhere good. But I think I may have figured out a way to keep them from being hurt when I'm gone.
Well, that's awesome.
It just needs a test run first. And she puts a hand on his forehead and snaps her fingers. As far as you're concerned, Elodie Young does not exist. Party Crasher is some superhero that you heard of once. You don't know her personally, you never have, and likely you never will. Anything meaningful I've said to you tonight came from one of the others. Hussar, I guess.
Damn.
You don't know me, and I don't know you. And that's the way it'll always be. Have a good night. And she walks off.
Damn.
Okay.
Wait.
So,
Whoa.
yeah.
Sorry, gonna need to hold on there for a moment because you don't get to just do that and walk away.
No, I figured not. I figured there'd be
I
something.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to drop that mundane up that danger.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah. I do more, but I think what you've done is punishment enough. Sorry, go ahead, Sapphire.
Okay, so yeah. As soon as Captain Power gets out of range of Elodie, she would just happen to notice that Sapphire just sort of calling like, "Hey, Elodie," and so he like sort of flying around, and he just sort of like lands next to her, like, "Hey, there was while everybody's been, confessing things and admitting things, and I just feel like there's something I need to tell you that I haven't told you yet." And you know how when you mentioned that you had a crush on Adam? Well,
Oh, honey.
yeah, I feel the same way about you,
Oh, honey.
I think I love you, Elodie, and I don't want anything to happen to you, and that's why I'm so scared. I don't know how much longer it's going to take. It's why I'm so obsessed with finding that sword, because I know it's the only thing that can save you. And and so he just sort of goes into his hands, and this is the first time you've ever seen Sapphire cry. I just don't want to lose you, Ellen.
Honey. I know we don't choose who we love, but I am the wrong girl. I am the wrong girl for you.
What makes you say that?
Honey, there's no saving me. I'm promising you that right now. You need to let me go.
How can I? How do you expect me to let you go?
Don't do this to me.
Because I could never forget you. I could never just go on without you like this. I mean, you don't understand what it's like.
I don't understand what it's like.
I mean,
I don't understand what it's like to be in love with like 5 people and not want to lose any of them and not want any of them to feel the pain of my loss. I don't understand.
That's not what I was going to say. You don't understand the opposite of that. Do you have any idea how long I'll have to grieve if something happens to you? We Lithians do not just die like you humans do. The only time we die is if something kills us. I would have to live with your memory forever. And it would haunt me for millions of years if I knew that I tried as hard as I could and I couldn't save you. So forgive me if I just can't let you go.
Fine. Then I'll make you hate me.
What do you mean?
Get away from me. I don't want you anywhere near me unless it's for work. Get away.
What do you?
I don't. Shut up. Get away from me. Don't ever come near me unless it's on a job. You got me? Stay away. Stay away.
But
go.
You're gonna have to make me. Because I know you don't mean that.
I do. Get away from me and stay away from me. And she turns and stalks off.
So he just walks away and just like, damn it! And he like sort of punches the wall. But when he does this, he notices something happening. Like a part of his arm, like he just looks down at his hand, and then it starts glitching out and it transforms into a claw. And he's like, oh shit, he holds it down. He's like, no, not now. Not this. The corruption. And then it just sort of just closes off. To be continued.
I'm gonna need you to up that freak and drop that savior for me.
Right.
And we aren't quite to be continued yet, because we have one last page or two. We cut to a panel. It's the Bradford residence. Because the panel tells us so. It's that easy. Adam, you're coming home. It's been a long night. How are you feeling?
Adam has a lot of emotions swirling around in him. He is in his plain clothes, no longer Captain Powered Out, and he is walking up the steps to his house. And in the corner of the, or actually, no, we have a long shot of Adam Bradford walking up the steps, and we see these, like an unmarked car swing by with the kind of words trailing across, and then we see some police cars go by with the woo 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 going by, and Adam stops and turns and reaches up to smash his belt buckle. He makes a fist. He goes inside, and I think he sees his parents sitting at their dining room table playing cards. And I think the artist very prominently draws the father or Adam's father in his wheelchair, front and center. And Adam kind of sheepishly walks into that dining room.
Glad you're home. How was after work? Or how was after school?
It was good. Learned a lot. Mom, Dad, do y'all love me?
They set the cards down and take each other's hands. Of course we do.
And you would promise to love me no matter what, right?
Their faces go white. Yeah, of course.
Okay. It's time to power up. Captain Power Up. And we have a panel of the outside of the Adam Bradford's house, and we just see this huge prismatic light shooting through the window. And that's where we will leave Adam Bradford and his parents.
And that is where we will close out this issue of the Mythfits in Sunset City. Wow, folks, you just came around in that back half and just started laying down the friggin' haymakers.
Welcome to Sad Time City.
Wow,
Oh my
Can I
gosh.
get one last roll of the dice there for me, Captain Power? Roll me a mundane, because we're gonna I know we talked about a couple things. I'm kind of base that off of this final.
Hey, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
a 9.
Interesting. Okay. That'll be interesting if we ever decide to revisit. It'll be interesting. So let's go back around the horn, talk with some folks, and get some ideas, see who's who and who's what and where we can find people, because you got to catch these people. They're phenomenal. There's nothing more I can say about that until we get back around again. Wally.
Hey y'all. Boy. That was an ending. All right, so hey, it's your boy Wally. You can find me on Twitter at Wally132, WALLE132. That's usually where I am at, talking about my brain stuff, what's on my mind, what's on my heart, share it, and I put it out there. You know, if you ever see me talk about stuff, comment on it. I say some good things, I think. This week, you know what? Didn't expect it to, start off as a big battle, then suddenly 12 steamrollers decide to roll over all of our emotions all at once like that. Didn't expect that. Did not expect that at all.
It was a clown car of feels.
It was.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
And somebody who's definitely bringing the feels back around here. Mythos. Oh.
Hey everybody, Pope here. Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Okay. God. That was some heavy lifting. A lot happened. A lot that needed to happen. Lots gonna happen. So you're just going to have to tune in next Mythfits time, next Mythfits channel. But honestly, follow these folks. They're not just creative, they're not just funny, they are kind. And we can all use some more kindness in the world. So, if you can follow them, follow them. As for me, well, right now I'm on a bit of a break. This is really all I've got going for a while. But we'll do a plug for the upcoming season in a little around a week for Encounter Roleplay as they launch a bunch of things on the channel. So if you're looking for something probably with less stabs in the heart and more madness, they are your folks.
Well, don't fib. There'll be plenty of stabs.
There will be stabs, but I think there will be of a different kind, especially Crowned Lands. You want to see me lurking and going loud in the chat. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern, Encounter Roleplay. Be there. Also, you might want to check out their World Anvil in 2 weeks. I hear a Maester's giving an entire summary of a previous season. So, with that, I will bid you all adieu. Remember, kindness.
That's what we need in this world. Christy, bring in the bombs as Hussar. Holy crap.
I do what I can. It's cathartic. I'm Polish Christy. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. I show pictures of my dragonborn children. That's what you usually see. But this every other Sunday, come watch, interact. It is so good to be a part of this. It's beautiful. I love it. And everybody here is amazing. I love you all. And this is definitely a time for all the love. Spread the love.
So very, very important that we get that love. And somebody who's not feeling a lot of love right now. Sapphire. Corey. Wow! Wow.
Boy, buddy. Baby boy, precious baby boy.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so you guys, I'm Corey Sparks, also known as Hyperlight Sparks. You can catch me on Twitter at HyperlightSparks1. I think that's what it is now. Yeah, Hyperlight Sparks. Yeah, I haven't posted much online yet, but I intend to sometime soon, so you may want to keep an eye out for that. And yeah, about this whole thing, I mean, I mentioned it before. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in a discussion with, Sapphire mentioned it in a discussion with uh, Isla once about how on his planet they considered love a corruption. But one thing that wasn't mentioned was that a Lithian's physical form is influenced by their emotional state. Therefore, this amount of emotional turmoil may cause a significant change in Sapphire, and it is not going to be good. If you've ever seen a certain other show about crystal-themed aliens, you know exactly what happens when an emotion-based corruption starts to take form inside of them. So, we'll see where that ends up.
Oh boy, it's definitely gonna go some places. And speaking of places going, thank you once again for showing up, David, bringing Captain Power and sharing him with our group here. I know he got thrown into the deep end here. Definitely not quite the street level experience that he's really more used to, but I'm hoping he learned something from his time with the Mythfits.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for having me back. Captain Power is definitely a favorite character of mine, and I was just so happy to be back. I am at Mr. Banana Socks on Twitter. I am also the host and producer of another Powered by the Apocalypse show, a actual play podcast called Misconceptions, which features the City of Mist RPG system. It's all about reincarnated fairy tales and legends and mythologies living and doing noir stuff in a modern day city. It's very cool. We are on our third and final season right now, making that show with my best of friends. And I'm also a player on a connected show called Sins of the Father, a D&D actual play podcast, which features 4 adolescent children looking for their erstwhile fathers. And if you liked Adam Bradford, my sweet little boy wizard in Sins of the Father was heavily inspired by Adam Bradford whenever I first played him in a totally different game. But yes, please check both of those out. Continue to check out these amazing people every other Sunday. I don't want to sound corny, but I'm so blessed to have been playing with y'all. I think this has been a very enriching experience for me. Thank you so much for allowing me to bring my child, Captain Power, to you. And y'all are great at what y'all do. Keep doing it. Love all of y'all.
Absolutely appreciate it, and thank you once more for showing up, telling us some good stuff. Check out Misconceptions and Sins of the Father when you get a chance. David's brought some fantastic stuff to this, and I know he's doing fantastic work over there along with the rest of his casting crews. And someone else who did amazing tonight, last, never the least in our hearts, Celeste. Bring in those final shots as Party Crasher.
You know, I wasn't sure how that was going to go, but once it was there in front of me, I knew there was only one way to take it. Hi there, I'm at Celeste PLS with way too many underscores on Twitter. I'm Celeste Shepherd here on Twitch. I don't really do a whole lot of streaming on my own, but I do show up on other people's streams like this one every other Sunday. I'm also going to be in one of the games on Encounter Roleplay. Coming up here, starting on August the 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard Time, wherever we're at. I'm going to be in space We're going to be playing a game of D&D 5e using the Dark Matter conversion by Mage Hand Press. It brings everything you love about D&D 5e into a science fiction setting with a new class, 6 playable new races, and options for every race in the 5th edition core rulebook, as well as options for Mage Hand Press's own classes that they've made. The conversion also brings a whole host of equipment, ships, spells, monsters, feats, and so much more. If you like sci-fi, if you like 5e, Dark Matter is definitely worth investing in. You can pick up Dark Matter on DriveThruRPG right now, but if you're willing to wait a little bit, the Kickstarter for the Dark Matter Starter Kit will be live on Wednesday, July 29th, which includes the Dark Matter book, as well as an adventure for Dark Matter Conspiracy in the Stars, which is coincidentally what I'll be playing on the stream. For more details, you can go to twitter.com/magehandpress. Their pinned tweet right now has a link to the Kickstarter. You can get all the details there. And if you want to look at how the system works, you can swing by twitch.tv/encounterroleplay on August 5th at 3 p.m. and watch me and a bunch of other lovely folks play the game live, as DM'd by the lovely Diane, aka Balrog1911. I'm super excited. I hope you're excited, and I'll see you there.
I am very excited. Friends of the channel, Encounter Roleplay, bringing up a fantastic season of shows coming up soon, including my personal favorite, also the Crown Lands, where you will certainly find some fascinating intrigues. But there's going to be plenty more happening this summer with Encounter Roleplay, so keep an eye on all of their stuff. Follow them on Twitter, including Dark Matter and whatnot. As for me, my name's Matt. I'm the Killer GM. Thank you all for showing up tonight. You can find me on Twitter at @thekillergm, where I write about games, nerdery, various and sundry, and keep up with the news. And for everybody who's came in, all the raiders, everybody who watched tonight, thank you so much for showing up, because we don't have the show without you. It is amazing, and to see you turning up week after week and seeing this phenomenal cast just come back and turn in these fantastic character studies week after week. I'm just blessed to see everybody. So, otherwise, we're back alternating Sundays with this Sunset City. You're gonna need to catch this next episode, because if this one was crazy, next one's going to get even more wild. If you want to see me elsewhere, I have a few more guest spots showing up on Laugh Love Lindy's channel in Witcher Family of Race, where I am playing Harold of Oxenfurt, a Witcher who has just completed a contract to get a party of elves to the Blue Mountains. Unfortunately, I have some other people along who seem to have drawn the ire of the Wild Hunt. Fantastic. Great. Gonna have to deal with that probably at some point. I would like a little chance to breathe, though, because we just escaped from a couple dozen killers or so, and we still don't know who this Jogan Peters guy is. Anyways, you want to find that out, check that out on Wednesday. It's a great time. Lovely cast. And otherwise, we're winding down for the night. But it wouldn't be the Mythfits without two things, and I forgot to ask, and you almost let me get away with it, and I'm going to give you all crap for it. So, we'll go reverse order. What's our Party Crasher cover looking like for next week on the stands?
I've been waiting for this. All right, so you've got the cover of Party Crasher. It's been smashed in the middle and fractured into multiple pieces. It's like somebody broke a mirror or a window, and it's in multiple pieces. In all the little pieces, you can see various things that Party Crasher is doing, but there's 3 big central ones. The first one, she's at a she's at a blackjack table, and she's looking at her hand and knocking the table for another card. The other one, the next one, she is, she's got something in a pipe, and she's lighting it. And in the third one, she's punching a guy in the face. The subtitle? Greatest Hits.
Oh, man, that's beautiful. Oh, wow, okay. All right. The bar has been set. David, we did Tremor last time we had you on. I feel like Captain Power has grown into his own little spin-off here. I know.
We have a Captain Power #1.
Absolutely. What's our number one cover for Captain Power?
Oh man, I think the issue for Captain Power #1, or rather the cover, is Captain Power in some very Ginyu Force-esque pose, with his arms out this way, one knee pulled up, one knee to the side, the gold scarf trailing off in the background, and all these different colors coming out from behind him that matches the colors in his belt. And it just says, "You will not want to miss Sunset City's flashiest new hero."
Oh, that's perfect. I love it. Oh, that's beautiful.
I like to think the solicitations for that cover is the same cover, but instead of like him facing towards the reader, it's always was like this one picture of him doing that pose, and the sun is setting, and you just see him making like a silhouette, and it says "coming soon." That would have been like one of the solicitations.
Yes,
And I feel like this is a
yes.
holographic cover also.
Oh yeah,
'cause-
no,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah.
There's a standard
yeah.
one, and then there's the premium one, which has the hollow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not above a cheap gimmick over here on our line. Oh wow. Sapphire Sirius. What's our cover? Oh, muted.
Oh yeah. I see. Well, I think the next cover would be, it's going to have Sapphire Sirius flying over a flooded city, and there are 7 other Lithians there facing off into battle with him. And it looks as if, like, behind them, they've all summoned a giant dragon made out of water. Each of these Lithians are a different color. And they each have a large crystal on their chest. And the tagline of it is, "Thunder, rain, and lightning, danger, water rising. Sapphire Sirius versus the 7 Calamity Crystals."
7
And-
Calamity Crystals. Okay. Perfect. Hussar.
All right. So I see on the cover there's gonna be, it's just this wide shot of like the city street, and Hussar's in the front, just like walking forward, doesn't notice anything around her, and in the background you see a growing crowd of people, and in the forefront there's this man in robes holding one of those what do they call, like almost like a staff that smokes. What
Like
are
a
those
censer?
things?
A censor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's walking with one of those, and then the people on the sides of him are holding signs like "false prophet" and "not of God" and stuff like that. And Hussar doesn't notice it, but they're creeping up on her slowly, and they're just in the shadows. And the title would be "Feel the Wrath."
I see, calling back to Father Malachi Obedience. I love it.
Yeah,
Ah.
guy's scary.
Mm-hmm. Mythos. What's our Hellwarden cover?
Hellwarden cover. It is Julian not in his typical Hellwarden outfit. He is dressed to the nines, very Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he's in some sort of castle ruin. And there are 3 feminine silhouettes all around a cauldron. And the title is Myths and Legends.
All right. Oh, so much speculation to be had there. And Leslie, but not leastly for our covers, what's our Turbine cover for this next week?
I was thinking about this one for a bit, but I decided to go with this route because of what happened in this issue. You see, it's an issue of Turbine, and you see Turbine and Hussar back to back. They look like totally beaten up right now, and in the room is like a room full of Gator men, and leading them is Kid Mega.
Yes!
And the subtitle says "Date Night."
Love it! Yes! Instant hit. And at the very last, we of course need our stinger. Because, you know, we have those. And our stinger for this week is several scraps of paper laid out on a table from various pieces of art, including the back of a Frankish king's head and a black mailed gauntlet traces across the page. I know the path to Avalon now. I can awaken the once and future king. And then the door bursts open, and there is a bunch of shadowed silhouettes. Black Knight. The Ordre de Mordred demands your presence. And that is where we will end tonight's tale. And remember, folks, with the Killer GM, you can bet your life on it. Good night, folks.